take you, your staff, your Secret Service detail, and anybody else you wanted to bring on the trips that he knew I was planning to set up a global network.
Hey, King Alucard.
To provide life-saving AIDS.
What's going on, man?
Later.
Been funded. There were only 200,000 people in the entire developing world.
Holy shitballs!
Most of them in Brazil, which had a big drug operation on its own.
Okay. Sorry, guys, but we just hit tier 1. Okay, Alucard. Don't know where you got that money from, but holy shit, here we go. I guess it's time for some pink ladies, and I'll put on the blue wig. So we'll be right back with more Bill Clinton here in a sec, okay, everybody? Okay, here we go.
Later.
Thank you so much to King Alucard. I honestly did not see that coming even a little bit. That's what she said. The blue wig is on, so we are going woke.
Hit Gary Daly says, thanks for the sub. Hey, shout out, Hit Gary Daly. King Alucard, hey, what's up, man? Shout out. Go over to sub to King Alucard. He's been streaming. I'm streaming Persona 5, right? We're on his channel. Says, happy birthday, buddy. I'm still owed some game time with you. A great freaking stream, brother. By the way, I stream now. Please support. Hey, I just shouted out your channel. Go over and check out King Alucard. He streams Persona 5, and I know he's going to be streaming Genshin Impact. We do need to play again. I think I'll have some time after the update to jump into it full time, and we can stream some. We can just, yeah, I got to grind out some currency and stuff because I got to level up these characters, man. I got to level up all these new characters, so...
That's what we love to see around here. And good evening, Bowsette. Good to see you. IB the EB's here as well. Excellent. So with those, we're up to 25, which means that we are oh so close to unlocking, but King Alucard has come in and blown away the tier. Okay, the tier has just been shattered. We've hit the tier. The tier's done. We've done it. It's over. We're going to have a stream. There's going to be a stream. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, the next stream, the gaming stream, is going to be the brand new Soul Reaver Defiance, because that was gifted to the channel, and we will absolutely be playing it. And IB the EB right here is, I believe, the gifter. If he would like to speak up, I don't know if it's a secret, so I won't give it away. But the Red Boy banger from freaking Alucard, he's going to get put on legendary status. We're going to have to make something for him and put it in there. Maybe we're going to go, I'm going to go steal his logo or his mascot. I'm going to animate it. And it's going to go right into the personal folder right there, because I do believe this man has just unlocked that. But with this $100 giggity goddamn banger, my mind is blown. That is the most shadow banned safe for work video on YouTube. By the way, if any video I've ever made deserves 500,000 to 1 million views, it's that one. It did not come close. But you know what? I ain't mad, because we got other bangers that went out there and they did just fine. Just not that one. But you know what? It is a staple, and it shall remain one forever. It shall be. It shall be. Thank you again so much, King Alucard, for making it happen. It's been a while since we played that. It's been a while. The whole thing? Yeah, it's been a hot minute. So it's great to do it. You know what? I will not hold back playing some Eve. No, sir. No, sir. It is a banger, isn't it? It is. The freaking, if you ever actually just listen to the song, the lyrics are actually phenomenal.
It's been 84 years.
I'm like, where's the goddamn... What do I have to do? It's because it looked like there was light in here, but it wasn't actually light in here.
Again, I experienced that odd sense of displacement as I was transported to the vampire room.
Did I never read the message?
But this chamber was different than the first.
Did I never actually read the message? I never read it? Oh my god. I'm sorry.
In their defeat, the vampire's enemy
I never
retaliated
read
with a
it.
terrible curse,
You
afflicting the
surprised me
vampires
so much,
with a
I forgot to read it.
bloodthirst that turned their once noble race into ravenous
My bad.
predators. This curse plunged the vampires into despair
man.
and apparently drove many to madness and self-annihilation. What was it that so devastated them that they were driven to suicide?
Well, now I feel bad. But it created a good moment for you. Damn, I didn't read the fucking comment? That's crazy. I'm usually so good about that, too. Because you actually surprised the shit out of me, that's why.
Dude. Alucard. I just saw Alucard's message. Holy shit, bro. Thank you so much. Alucard bought a bunch of cookies for my daughter's Girl Scouts. Like, thank you, bro. Seriously. Holy shit, thank you. There it is. That is a lot of boxes of cookies. 10 boxes. Let's fucking go. What a legend. What a legend. My wife and daughter are going to be super hyped. Like, seriously, man. Thank you so much. That is so kind of you. So kind. What a legend. I'm telling my wife to check now after Alucard's purchase. She's going to be super excited. I know they're super expensive. There's $6 a pop, unless you get the caramel chocolate chip. Those are $7 a pop. It's expensive. Plus shipping and handling, it's expensive. Alucard, thank you again, man. It's so kind of you. I love spreading joy. Well, thank you. As I always say, man, genuinely appreciate it, but always, you know this. Take care of yourself first. But I genuinely appreciate your generosity and support. Thank you so much.
Puerile, let's be honest, but we all enjoy it, right? We all go back to the same sex minigame and win it over and over again until eventually, whoa, buddy, holy shit. I'll be right with you. Now, before I go any further, holy fuck, right out of literally nowhere, out of the clear blue sky, my fucking god, the King Alucard has shown up and dropped 50 memberships, 50 for the Griff Force, 50 for the princesses. Holy shit. Whoa. Damn, son, I am not used to this.
Let's go, Griff Force! Doing it for the princesses!
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on! Ah!
I got this new anime plot. Basically, there's this high school girl, except she's got huge boobs. I mean, some serious hunkers. A real setup of donkers. Packing some Doban hunkeros. Massive da hunka bankaloos. Big ol' Tanahangera cougars. What happens next? Transfer student shows up one day with even bigger bonk hanaga hoogs. Humongous hungalamga no no logangas.
Help me create the future of the white race.
Money, print money, cash, money, well, capitalism, raise a bunch of money, more money, heaps and heaps of money, print money, cash, money, well, capitalism, raise a bunch of money, super chat money.
As salty as the sea, calling us no code names. SJW screaming, but it's money they blame. Burning with envy, they're falling flat. They can't handle the sound of a super chat.
Oh, I don't know what to say, man. That's too much. Everybody go support the King Alucard when you get a chance. Says it's on 500 subs. says send your best my way. We will. We'll go and help out any way we can. Sure thing. Why not? Thank you so much for that. Appreciate you. My God, what a fucking legendary move. Holy crap. That's no small chunk of change to drop on a small stream like mine, man. Thank you. Thank you very, very much indeed. Appreciate you. Good God. Wow. Out of nowhere. No, wow. All right. Well, let's do our best to just have a fucking good stream then, shall we? All right. So, God of War. God of War. Utterly fucked. And fucking hell. Just right out of nowhere as well. Let's make it 51, shall we? Join the Grid Force himself as well. Let's
Help me create the future of the white race.
Guys, don't open a new tab. Go to the King Alucard at the _King _Alucard. Check it out. Hit subscribe. Go and support. And good luck growing the channel. And I'll be checking out some of your work as well. There you go. Thank you so much. Fucking do it, guys. Go hit subscribe on King Alucard, sorry, for me. Thank you very much. Tingling. It's fucking... What the fuck? Jesus Christ. God damn it. What the fuck, man? Jesus Christ. A $20 super sticker on top of that as well. Of the Samurai Shiba Inu. Where do I even go? What do I do now? I've done everything already. Holy shit. My God, you are a
Oh, these? My boobies? My massive fucking titties? My super stuffed up milkies? My hunger bonger doinky boinkies? My fucking fabric stretching, wind flapping, gravity welling sex mounds? You mean these super duper ultra hyper goddamn motherfucking...
Holy shit. Whoa. God damn. You guys, amazing. What the fuck, man? Jesus Christ. That's insane. Every now and then someone just pops in and goes, "Here, have a ton of cash." I'm like, "Yeah, thank you. I can literally that's like the baby's milk budget for the month covered today." So that's great. Now I just have to worry about rent and bills and stuff. Thank you so much. You're absolute legend. There we go.
Joe Music with a what is that? 61 months says, "Hold some cards for me, rip a verse until payday." Hey, I can't do that. I don't make the rules. Actually, technically do, but I don't make the rules. If you want the cards, you need to get in early. The King Alucard with 20. And they're just not regular memberships. This is 20 Ultramac memberships. What a psychomaniac. Whoa! The King Alucard, shout out. All the Ultramacs, welcome, welcome. Wow, 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 wow. Whoa! I know Baby Ripper is downstairs like, what is my father screaming about? Is he okay? I am. Just got a text from the wife. It's not about me screaming. Believe it or not. Another 20! Uh-oh, I don't want to start having to play the saloon double door. And we got a Western that just dropped. It would be in order. We do have a Western infused story that just dropped called The Hellbound Stagecoach. Shout out all of y'all. 40 gifted. King Alucard is a psycho, and I respect it. You ain't got no choice. 40 gifted subs, 20 back to back, and he said, "Why not?" Tumbleweed is rolling it. It's getting cocky. Again, it's right in order. If you just getting in here, the Hellbound Stagecoach is up for pre-order right now. And it is a Western. 40 gifted? Are you insane? He is. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. Shout out to X-Wing. Shout out to Drunk 3PO. Shout out to Jay, who was the same person. Shout out to Eric Hodson. Shout out to all of you. And shout out to the King Alucard gifting another one. Says, have a good stream, Eric. If I may be so bold to a shameless plug, I just started streaming. Hey, I love to hear that. Said, cause user support. So I'm hoping that you super chat it from your channel, the King Alucard. Click on that. I need everybody that's watching this to subscribe now, cause he's cocky. 40 gifted. What a cocky son of a bitch. After the gifties, man. Shout out. Y'all follow the King Alucard. Thank you so much. That ain't cheap. 40 gifted to pop this thing off. This is my first time streaming on my channel in a minute too. I know last week I was few and far between. I had a lot to do. Wow, shout out to the King Alucard. What a cocky son of a gun. 20, then another 20.
Alucard. King in the chat. Did you check my comment? Controller grip like a battlefield blade. Persona mask, no debts unpaid. Xenoblade visions, future inside. Grinding all night in the stream of fight. Genshin bulls, 5-star fate. Wuthering storms will make him break. Hi-fi rhythm, perfect rush. No straight roads, we never hush. Moderator badge like a sigil of flame. Silencing chaos, protecting the game. He's watching the scroll, he sees every name. Type it once, type it twice, he'll call you out the same. Did you check my comments? Did you check? Did you read what I said? Chat moving fast, but I'm still ahead. Did you check my comments? King Alucard, crown in the stream instead. Metal in my veins and fire in the thread. Slipknot pulse in the background beat. Metallica riffs in the heat. Baby metal hooks with a deadly grin. Motorhead speed when the fights begin. Five-finger fury in every spam. Moderator hammer in my hand. Smash JT, yeah, I stand tall. When the stream goes live, I answer the call. Lurker shake when the caps lock drops. Chat gets clean when the nonsense pops. You missed the line, you skipped the thread. Scroll back up, read what I said. Did you check my comment? Did you check? Did you read what I said? Grinding XP in my head. Did you check my comment? King Alucard, you heard what I meant. GM preaching warlord, 100%. Through every stream,
What is up, everyone? Welcome to the stream. Today is Wednesday, April 8th, 2026. How is everyone doing? We are live late at night. Kind of late. Sort of. We're going to be talking some news topics today. First time. And expect some hiccups along the way. Because I have been having tech issues today. And I also have to use my phone to read the chat because, yeah, I gotta capture the browser. And I'm having problems with the browser. So, we're gonna play it by ear at this point. Let's see who's stopped by in the stream so far. We got King of the Monsters, Legendary Mod. We got 2K Gamer. We got Anthony Buck. And we've got the Motherland Project. I'm not sure if Motherland Project has been here before. But maybe I just don't remember. They're most likely not here. So... anyways, guys, welcome to the stream. It has been a wild week, and today is not exactly the greatest of days, but hey, we got to make it work at some point, right? How you guys doing? Whoever is active in chat, by the by. Let me catch up with my preview here. YouTube's acting up for me. I don't know what is going on. But yeah, guys. Preparing for this stream just took a lot out of me. And I don't know how long I plan on streaming. But we got some topics today. I'd say we have at least 3 topics to talk about. As you can see, my mascot is dressed for the event today to discuss news. And I made sure to make the cleavage big enough for all of you. So that'd be awesome. Yeah, guys. We're just gonna chill here for a little bit as I set up for a stream, or set up for a topic. So go ahead and stick around and chat, and I'll be talking to you guys as I am organizing all of my tabs for the first topic. Wednesday seems to be a slow day. Hold on one moment. I'll be right back. Someone's yelling outside. Alright, sorry about that. It was just some random passerbys. I thought it was an actual argument or something going by. Let's see here. What tabs are what? Oh, and I gotta preload them. Shit. Let's see. Oh my god. Open up each fucking tab. Give me a moment, guys. All right, there we go. All right, things are looking good. All right, I think it's time to get into the first topic, guys. So first topic we're going to be doing is the recent Switch game that's going to be, that I believe just released, called Pokemon Champions. So, yeah, this is going to be quite of a headache, if anything. When I read this, it was just fucking weird. But yeah, so what's going to happen, guys, is I'm going to be talking like this is a video. So if it's significant enough, I'm going to basically turn each topic into a separate video. So that's what's going to happen. And I believe that's how we'll do it. So yeah, here we go. So when I decided to start my new news topic stream for the day, I've discovered several interesting topics going on within the past week. And one of the cases that I never really paid attention to until it just dropped on the eShop was a new Pokemon game coming to the Switch 2, which is out, I believe, called Pokemon Champions. And from what little I've looked into the game, it looked like a more weak, ugly-looking version of the Pokemon Stadium games from the N64 days. And so when you have the current state of Nintendo, as well as how they operate, and you have this extremely skewed planning issues with the Pokemon franchise as a whole, you run into issues like this, where it says here from, and this is an article from Geeks and Gamers, shout out to them, Pokemon Champions launch free to start, disaster, and expensive subscriptions, and only 186 Pokemon. Now, I don't recall how many Pokemon total there are in the franchise because I've stopped caring about Pokemon for years. But 186 is barely over Gen 1, and Gen 1 was 151. So this is kind of inexcusable, especially if it's a Pokemon Stadium sort of reimagining almost. And this is especially a problematic situation because if you look back all the way to Pokemon Stadium 2 for the N64, which predates this game by several decades, you understand that 186 is far less than what Stadium 2 had to offer. Stadium 2 had a lot more access in Pokemon. If I remember correctly, it was the entirety of Generation 1 and 2. This doesn't cover those two generations, only one. And to say which Pokemon they selected is an extreme dumbfoundedness that I've just come across. So let's continue on with the article. So the launch for Pokemon Champions is going about as well as most of Team Rocket's plans in the anime, which were often thwarted by Ash and crew, while it was advertised as a new Pokemon Stadium successor. There have been many reports of technical problems and other issues, such as fewer Pokemon than in the Stadium games and no 6v6 battles. Now, if players wish to play Pokemon Champions, they must have Pokemon Home, which I already have problems with Pokemon Home, which I'll get into in a bit. And there are several microtransactions within the free-to-start game as well. Check out the breakdown below. And so you see here, there's a post on X by Future Sight, which I believe I have a tab for. Let me look for that. Yep, right here. So it says, Future Sight says, while Pokemon Champions is a free-to-start game, it does include microtransactions, and pricing is finally confirmed with its release. Here's a quick breakdown of the packages, plus Pokemon Home basic versus premium costs and benefits. Now, before we get to this, so my problem with the Pokemon series, and this is related, is that they decided to completely abandon things like the National Dex. And the last time we had National Dex, which would allow you to record every single Pokemon ever released onto your Pokedex in a specific game. Last time we had National Dex was Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon for the 3DS. Since then, the game that came after that, Pokemon Sword and Shield for the Switch, was the first game in the franchise to not have a National Dex. And they made up a bunch of nonsensical bullshit about how they had to remake a bunch of, like, all the models from scratch for the Switch version. And that's why they couldn't include National Dex. And sooner or later, that was proven to be false because of the fact that the only models at the time that were remade for the Switch version was Pikachu, Eevee, and all of the Eevee evolutions. So that's, if you know anything about numbers, you know that that's far, far, far less than every single Pokemon being remade. They made all sorts of random excuses over the time and kept getting proven wrong over the course of Pokemon's descent into nonsense. And I honestly dipped out, and what I hated even more was Pokemon Home, because if you are familiar with the Pokemon games on the 3DS, you are more than likely to remember Pokemon Bank, which would allow you to store Pokemon from the DS and 3DS onto the cloud storage of Pokemon Bank, and you could theoretically transfer them to the Switch whenever there would be a Pokemon game on the Switch. However, the issue with this one is pricing. Pokemon Bank only cost, at the time, $5 a year, which is a steal for cloud storage. And then Pokemon Home decided, well, we're not only going to get rid of National Dex and prevent you from using certain Pokemon in Pokemon games, but we're also going to limit the amount of storage you have with tier costs of the premium plan. You only have a set amount of memory for a free plan, which I believe was an entire box of 30 Pokemon, if I remember correctly. Meanwhile, Pokemon Bank was unlimited storage, practically, for $5 a year. Tell me if you think that is a fair estimation. But anyways, continuing on with this, we got a breakdown here of pricing and benefits. Let me open a new tab so we can zoom in on the picture. Oh, that's way too far. Holy shit. All right, so Pokemon Home plan. So you get free on the basic plan, and you get $2.99 for a month. You get $3.99 for or $5.99. I'm sorry, $4.99 for 3 months, and for a year is $15.99. Now, in hindsight, these prices are not egregious unless you see what they offer you for these plans. So, moving Pokemon from Pokemon Bank, completely unavailable on the basic free package, whereas it's available on the premium package. Now, when Pokemon Home first came out, you actually did have the ability to move Pokemon from bank to home, but you were limited to only 30 Pokemon at a time because they only let you use one box. Now you can't do that anymore. Now it's completely off the table for current day basic Pokemon home. No, but they still keep the 30 Pokemon right here. As you can see, number of Pokemon that can be deposited. 30 Pokemon in the basic, 6,000 in premium. And the premium is also kind of a ripoff because on bank, you can go way past 6,000. Number of Pokemon that can be placed in the Wonder Box at once. I don't even know what Wonder Box is. But basic says 3 Pokemon, premium is 10. I don't know what Wonder Box is. Someone will have to tell me in the comments. Number of Pokemon that can be placed in the GTS at once. This is the global trade station where you trade Pokemon online. And if you have basic, you can only do 1 Pokemon. Premium, 3 Pokemon. Room trade, you can participate in basic and participate in host in premium. So you can't even host a room trade if you don't have premium. Judge function is unavailable in basic and available in premium. I'm not entirely sure what this function is, to be quite honest. And number of medals that can be possessed, I really don't know what this means. 30 medals in basic, 1,000 in premium. So to say that Pokemon Home is a complete ripoff is an understatement. So now we go over to Pokemon Champions. And I'm going to scroll a little bit more to the right. There we go. So starter pack, $6.99, one-time purchase. Box space increased from 30 to 80. Bonus battle trainer from Pokemon LGPE. I don't know what game this is. LGPE. Yeah, I don't know. You guys will have to tell me in the comments on that one too. 50 training tickets and 30 quick tickets. Whatever that means. Battle Pass and Premium Battle Pass. Oh, God. They're going full on with the fucking microtransactions at this point. Now that they're introducing Battle Passes and a Premium Battle Pass. That's ridiculous. $9.99. Earn season points through battles, especially ranked, to progress your battle pass and unlock rewards. SP is given based on performance, and each season resets with new rewards. Premium adds extra rewards, exclusive outfits, and lets you buy some items like Mega Stones with victory points. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but is there really a point to doing any of this if it's strictly a battle game? Because it's already enough work in the normal Pokemon games that you have to train your Pokemon and like breed Pokemon for good IVs and all sorts of other stuff like that. And you're basically growing your Pokemon as is. Do you really need to spend money as the next step? I think this is pure greed. Membership. Now we have memberships. This is another fucking weird one. Monthly price $4.99. Yearly price $50. You can't see it because I'm like my head's covering it on my character. Let me scroll a little bit. I don't know if you'll see it. Yeah, right there. Box capacity increased by plus 1,000 Pokemon. Battle teams increased by plus 15. Membership exclusive missions unlocked. And membership exclusive battle songs unlocked. Does any of this even matter? Is what I'm wondering. So, yeah, that's when it comes to the microtransactions. So let's go back to the article with Geeks and Gamers. They say, to break it down further, yes, the game is free to play on Nintendo Switch and Switch 2, with the base game available at no cost. However, it is very basic, with rudimentary features suitable only for most casual players, such as limiting storage to 30 Pokemon and 30 medals in Pokemon Home. This is why Pokemon Champions is described as free to start. Not even free to play, free to start. as the expectation is that serious Pokemon gamers will want to pay to access all that Pokemon Champions has to offer. For more Pokemon Home storage and features, you have to subscribe to a premium plan with a monthly fee of $2.99, 3-month plan for $4.99, or a 12-month plan for $15.99. As for the game itself, there are several optional paid features and bundles available to enhance the experience from the basic starting point. So we already gone through with the pricing there, so we're not going to go through that again. Despite this, fans are still rather confused about how to play the game, and as mentioned before, that Pokemon Champions is not in any way a Pokemon Stadium clone. As advertised prior to launch, it was even announced that Switch 2 owners would receive a free update to provide clearer graphics, as if that mattered. Plus excluding individual values, IVs, for the core mechanics, as with previous mainline titles, while introducing a custom stat point system, allowing players to distribute 66 points across a Pokemon's 6 stats. God, I don't even know how to feel about this right now. Like, it's already a poop shoot situation of a game. One of the most immediate disappointments for fans is the huge lack of Pokemon in the roster. A mere 186 compared to Pokemon Stadium 2, which has 250 Pokemon species. That's 251 if you can count Celebi, but I don't know if Celebi was ever part of the code for that game. But that's basically 2 generations right there. Now there's a whopping 1,025 Pokemon to choose from. I would say, if anything, that's just a little over a tenth of all the Pokemon in the franchise. That's sad. And to limit the amount to a mere 186 seems rather lackluster, to say the least. The game also excludes, as mentioned before, the 6v6 battles, and focuses more on 3v3 and 4v4, much like the usual VGC matches. Pokemon Champions is set to replace the previous main titles, Scarlet and Violet, in the championship tournaments of Malaysia Master Ball League and Indianapolis Regional Championships. That's a big mistake, by the way. Respectfully, next month. The responses are very mixed, with some fans satisfied with what they're given, others wanting more, and others having no idea Pokemon Home is required to play the game. That part I didn't know. I thought they were just bringing up Pokemon Home. I didn't know it was required. That's worse. That's mega yikes. And now the free Switch 2 update has dropped, but the game looks even worse and running at a lagging 30 frames per second. Pirate Nation over here says Pokemon Champions Switch 2 free update launched and the game still looks terrible and runs at 30 FPS. That's not good, especially on a Switch 2. So it's safe to say that the launch of the game has been quite a disaster for the Pokemon Company, but Pokemon Champions has not been its first poor performance for a game launch, considering the mixed reviews for Scarlet and Violet at the time of its release in fall 2022 to now. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with Pokemon Champions. We got another article here from Geeks and Gamers that says Pokemon Champions launch disappointing start with only 186 Pokemon and technical issues. Today is the big Pokemon Champions launch. This is probably an earlier article before the one I just read. And it's not exactly the triumph the Pokemon Company wanted, especially as the debut game from their joint venture with ILCA. I don't know who that is. The Pokemon Works. Pokemon fans online are touting a number of issues with the game, and while it has its defenders and those willing to give the Pokemon Works time to fix things, it's still getting a rather cool reception. So apparently this game is also going to be released on Android and iOS for some reason, which, another big mistake in my opinion. It was billed as the successor for Pokemon Stadium games for the N64. That's a big laugh. In which teams of Pokemon battled each other in a stadium setting. The gameplay in Pokemon Champions is similar, and it is compatible with Pokemon Home, a cloud service that lets players store Pokemon from various games and transfer them to other games. It sounds exciting, but the Pokemon Champions launch is disappointing many fans, with ex-user Central Leaks breaking down the issues. So I believe I have this post here. Give me a second. Yep, this is it. So Central Leaks basically says Pokemon Champions terrible launch, less Pokemon than Pokemon Stadium 2, no 6v6 battles, performance issues even on Switch 2, slow, clunky menus, always online required, no more local wireless battles, tons of competitive items removed, rental teams becoming completely useless, have to add all your friends again, doesn't use your Switch friend list, yikes, no single player content at all. This is absolutely crazy that Nintendo is going so further down than they already have been as a company and just making all of this slop. Pokemon at one point was one of Nintendo's biggest breadwinners, and now it's become far worse than we already knew it to be by having slop like this. Like even Pokemon Unite, dare I say, that got a lot of negative attention, and Pokemon Unite seems to be a better Pokemon game than this, and it's not your typical Pokemon game either. So that, I mean, I don't get what Nintendo's thinking. I think whoever is running the company in Japan seriously needs to go into retirement and have someone better running the company. Going back to the article, one of the more immediate disappointments was finding out that Pokemon Champions has only 186 Pokemon at launch, which is significantly fewer Pokemon than the last game in the series it's supposed to be succeeding. Pokemon Stadium 2, which had 251. Okay, so this article says 251. Maybe they corrected it. All the ones from the first and second generations. There are currently 9 generations of Pokemon to draw from, 1,025 to be exact. And the big new game release has fewer Pokemon than when there were fewer Pokemon in general. The most popular ones are present, of course, like Pikachu, Gengar, Charizard. But to many Pokemon fans, this feels like a downgrade. Central Leaks as a list of all the Pokemon in the game, although the inclusion of Hatena appears to be a mistake. So I think I have that as well. Let me go ahead. No, that's the wrong one. Wrong tab. Nope, I don't have a tab for it. So let's go ahead and see this post. Here it is, the list of Pokemon that are usable in Pokemon Champions. Only 186 Pokemon are present currently in Pokemon Champions. So he's updated it to 185 apparently. Says Haten is not in. Shieldon should be Bastiodon. Cranidos should be Rampardos. And Patrat should be Watchog. So let's go ahead and look at this photo here. So what's even stranger about this is you got popular Pokemon like Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise, but you don't have the previous evolutions for them, which is a bit strange. And it seems like they're only going for the highest evolution for each Pokemon instead of the base forms. So I'm curious why they even chose this. So I can see a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon here on the top row, second row, and I got some Gen 2s in the second row. So it looks like they're ordering it by generation, but there's not much here to go by. Like, and there's also some choices here that doesn't really make much sense either. Like, who in the world would want Dedenne here? Or Klefki? Who would want Audino? I mean, there's several Pokemon here that just don't seem to fit. If you're being selective on how many Pokemon they're gonna have here, But at the same time, the game shouldn't even have this little amount of Pokemon. It should be much larger. And if you're not going to have every single Pokemon at launch, and that's something you plan in the future, you might as well have told everybody through advertising that we're going to update the game with each generation over time. If you recall, when you play Pokemon Go, everyone started with Gen 1 Pokemon, and then over time they added Gen 2, then Gen 3, and so on and so forth. And they should have done it simply the same way. If you're going to start something like this, and you promise every Pokemon, which I know they didn't, but if they did do that, then they could have just started out slow and told everybody, hey, we're going to start one generation at a time, and we're going to present Gen 1 as the base, and then moving forward, each gen will come afterwards. But they didn't even do that either. So what exactly is the point with this entire situation? I really don't get it. Going back to the article, the Pokemon Champions launch is also missing 6v6 battles. We already talked about that part. Talked about the championships. While some players seem okay with this, others miss the singles option and don't understand why it's missing from a game on a more advanced system than the N64. Cole responds to Central Leaks saying, Pokemon Stadium 2 ran on an N64 in the year 2000 with more Pokemon, 6v6, offline play, and local multiplayer. 26 years of hardware progress to ship a downgrade. The rest of the issues with Pokemon Champions at launch include a host of technical problems like performance issues and slow menus. There are also some missing items such as assault vests and life orbs. Some gamers also dislike having to be online all the time to play the game, missing the local wireless battles they could have with nearby friends. There is also no single player gameplay, so you can't just have a casual match or two on your own to wind down. The graphics have also been criticized, particularly the frame rate, which is 30 frames per second, lower than that of Pokemon Pokepia. One ex-user says they're inferior to those in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Marcus, I'm not going to pronounce the rest of that name, says, alright, Champions is a really hard pill to swallow. The fact that the performance and graphics is a massive downgrade from SV is the worst part. Pokemon and items missing is whatever to me. They'll come. It's just the format. The menus and performance is what I'm truly afraid of. So, yeah. So that's happening. But wouldn't you believe that there is something else problematic with this Pokemon situation, and that's not coming directly from Nintendo, but from the online community in general, and further extension, a certain publisher. So we got this here, and Just Ivan here posted female Gallade confirmed real. So if we click on this, we notice that we got a female Arcanine here, and on the top right it says there's a female Gallade. Now, for those of you who are not super familiar with genetics in Pokemon, you know that Ralts, male or female, can evolve into Curlia, and then depending on the gender of Curlia will evolve into one of two other Pokemon. A female Curlia will evolve into Gardevoir, and a male Curlia will evolve into a Gallade, meaning Gardevoir is exclusively female and Gallade is exclusively male. But yet, for some reason, Gallade here in Pokemon Champions is female. Huh. Strange. So, unless this is an error, which I'm hoping it is, this is a possible showcase of Nintendo inserting more nonsense woke bullshit into their games, which I'm willing to bet is either Nintendo of Japan directly, or it's Nintendo of America themselves messing with this. Just Ivan here follows up saying, this post has reached audiences not meant for me. So 1, support trans rights. 2, this is the in-game tutorial, likely an overlooked error, but who cares? It doesn't harm anyone. I beg to differ, good sir, because for over 20 years, practically, Gallade has been exclusively male, Gardevoir exclusively female. How does this not harm anyone? You're basically defeating the entire purpose of genetics. And support trans rights? Yeah, fuck that. I'm not really... You're out of your mind thinking I'm going to support something stupid like that. Oh, but it gets worse, guys. It gets worse. Because this post was used in a post by the lovely journalists over at Kotaku. Yes, you guessed it. Kotaku would even do this shit. And does it surprise anybody? Hell no. Kotaku article by Kenneth Shepard. I'm very curious what posts you fucking made, buddy boy. Let me go to that real quick before we show any more of this article. Oh, would you look at that? It's Kenneth Shepard, this specific guy with the weird ass fucking expression, the fucking loose ass beanie. What the fuck? Let's see what articles he's written. Drip in Pokemon Champions is sauceless. There's that trans thing again. Let's see here. Any more mental illness coming down here? Because I'm betting he's supporting... Oh, maybe he's not. Okay, he's not clearly he's not supporting champions. But who knows if he doubles down. Let's see here. Pokepedia. Oh yeah, that retarded article about the Mario Galaxy movie. I'm willing to bet this is some bullshit about the Overwatch changes, and he's going to defend the ugly look. Life is Strange stuff. I mean, he's got some fucking... Oh, here we go. Bowser, I know what you are, bisexual. I think we've had enough of this. Back to this retarded ass article. Pokemon Champions has an unexpected trans icon. No, they don't. Gallade is historically only male, but not in the Switch Battle Sim. I can't even. Pokemon has a lot of weird gender stuff in its game design. What do you mean by weird gender stuff? What do you mean by that? Are you conflating your own cope? Both for things like breeding Pokemon and in the sense that it blatantly leans into some pretty heavily gendered character design for some of its monsters. Dude, are you stupid? So, weird gender stuff in its game design. One of the things he talks about is breeding Pokemon. Isn't that considered normal to breed animals? What is this guy on? Like, what is he smoking? I don't get it. And then pretty heavily gendered character design for some of its monsters. Yeah, so you can tell the difference of what gender a Pokemon is. Are you going to be so hung up on Pikachu having a heart-shaped tail if they're female? You want Pikachu to be the same look for both genders? That's a little unrealistic there, buddy. And it's not weird, even if you think it is. That's been a thing since I think Gen 3, Gen 4. So they used to look the same gender-wise, but obviously they got more advanced with it. And it's to reflect nature, where animals look differently based on their gender. Have you seen a lion in real life, good sir? You know the big-ass mane on a lion's head? You know that's only for male lions, right? You do you not understand how genetics works? I digress. Tinkaton is pink and has pigtails, so it's obviously a girl, right? Sometimes this plays into some gender dimorphism. What in the fuck is he talking about, bro? What is he talking about? In which certain species have different traits depending on if they're male or female. Why is this a problem? I don't get it. In other cases, it can affect their evolutionary line, and that's what happens with Gallade, a Pokemon introduced back in Diamond and Pearl. And normally, this psychic fighting type Pokemon can only be male. No, it's not normally. It is always male. I think you're reading too much into a possible error or possible self-insert. But that seems to have randomly changed in Pokemon Champions. Fans have stumbled upon a Gallade in Champions tutorial segments that is somehow female, despite that not being possible in the past. No, you need to really rearrange your words here, pal. It's not being possible in the past. It's not being possible, period. Quit with these little apologetic words you're using to really make up your story. To get Gallade, you have to have a male Kirlia and use a Dawnstone on it to make it evolve. Female Kirlias are only able to evolve into Gardevoir, as I've said before. The very feminine version of that final form. Gardevoir was originally the only final form the monster had when it debuted in Ruby and Sapphire, which means that even male versions would evolve into the more feminine Pokemon. Yeah, that's because Gallade and Gardevoir and the Pokemon that came before them, they weren't based on a real animal, to our knowledge. So they have to come up with ideas. And maybe they didn't have the idea right off the bat for Gallade. Or maybe they did and they just didn't have the time to put it in. But the point that Gallade came a generation later, it makes it irrelevant to your case, pal. It does. As such, Gallade feels like it was added to make a more masculine version of the evolutionary line. Yeah, that's the point. That's the point, guy. That's obviously a loaded sentiment that we can unpack another day. There's nothing to unpack. What is with this comment? But whether it was an oversight that will get patched out or a new development in the Gallade lore, the pronouns for Trainer Cordy's Gallade in Champions are she, her. What are you talking about? What pronouns are you talking about? What are you talking about? It just says has the female symbol on it. There's no she, her. Are you insane? Probably. No, definitely. Which means that fans are calling her a trans icon who must have transitioned at some point after evolving into the third form. Good for her. See, this is the type of shit you really have to just facepalm 24/7 for a week. When people come up with the most ridiculous shit possible. At some point transitioned, like, okay, so here's the thing. Pokemon essentially in that world are animals here in the real world, right? If you're doing a comparison. And this sentiment he is posting is directly related to a bunch of weirdo woke idiots out there who think that forced transitioning of animals and children is a good thing. This comment he made is highly connected to that sentiment. Highly connected. Mirai draws. Wait, this is a huge thing to casually throw in champions. No, it's not. It's probably a bug, and if it's not a bug, it's just insert. Pokemon officially has 4 transgender characters. No, they don't. No, they don't. They never did. And this is the thing I hate about the transgender community, is because they don't have representation. I'm sorry, representation, because most people don't really agree with their stance. They have to cope and grift, and they have to create these lies so that way they feel better about their own existence. Congrats on her transition from Sunny. This is just disgusting. Honestly, guys, this is just... I'm not going to read... Like, there's one paragraph left. I'm not even going to finish reading it. That is the whole thing with Pokemon Champions. Is it ridiculous? I mean, that's an understatement. It really is. But only time will tell if they fix anything or continue to go down the slippery slope. What will Nintendo do? I have no idea. But if the situation develops, I will definitely keep you guys in the loop the next time I cover a topic in this regard. So, yeah, take it with you guys. Yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it. Boy, oh boy, guys. That was a headache to go through, mind you. And I really don't get Nintendo. I don't understand. The amount of mental illness, my guy. The amount of mental illness. Okay, I'm going to prepare for the next topic here. Let me go and catch up on chat real quick. How embarrassing, 2K Gamer says, how embarrassing that it was made by ILCA of all companies. You're going to have to tell me who ILCA is. I don't know who that is. Anthony Buck says, Pokemon on that Henny. Probably. Greed. 2K Gamer says, yep, that was all on my feed this morning. King of the Monsters, Poke Oof. 2K Gamer, Poke Mock. King of the Monsters again. No, Nintendo won't change until they're about to go under, which I think will never happen, unfortunately. Yeah, unless people stop buying their shit. Yeah. Unfortunately, Nintendo's just not going to learn their lesson in the short term. Like, I think the only way you can really teach Nintendo a lesson is if you stop buying their stuff. Whether you view that as a boycott or not is irrelevant. They're already losing money by having people buy less and less from them. So if people just stopped buying altogether, it's going to force Nintendo to make changes that people want. And we all know that there's going to be some fanboys of Nintendo, diehards out there who are just going to completely ignore the growing company of Nintendo and support them all the way instead of actually voting with their wallet. But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen, but we are living in dark times right now for gaming. We are definitely in the dark times. All right, let me get set up here. I will be right back, you guys. I'm going to go use the restroom real quick, and we will continue with another topic. So stay tuned. Alright, I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. The bathroom was, whew, shit, I'm out of breath. Bathroom was unoccupied, so I had to go all the way to the basement bathroom. Oh. And I got an apple. Sorry, needed a snack. Retarded takes from Kotaku. Yeah, what's new? ILCA made Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Oof. Divided the whole fan base because it was not a faithful remake. I'm glad I avoided that game. Illy Sender, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Wait, wasn't it too faithful that the OG game is in the code base? I don't know about that. The main issue was they didn't even use Platinum's trainers and route spawns. Also, anyone can link the article. Which article are you referring to? But anyways, you have to give me a moment, guys. I barely ate today, so I need something if I'm going to continue. The Kotaku article? Sure. Let me pull it up. If I can find it. Because I closed the tab. Alright, I'm going to send a link in the chat. Be prepared for cringe if you didn't see my coverage on it, like, not that long ago. Of course, you could always rewind the stream if you want. But here is the link to that Kotaku article. Dang, she in a dress today? Yeah. Damn right she is. Well, if you want an idea of what kind of game it is, Illy rewind my stream. I talk about it quite extensively. And by the way, guys, don't forget to like the stream. And hit subscribe if you haven't already. We need to grow. We need to grow. But yeah, while I'm eating this apple, are there any games you guys are playing right now? Oh wow, you started playing some Royal 2K Gamer. Awesome. Did you just start? Also, what kind of games are you guys looking forward to this year? I know for me, I'm looking forward to No Straight Roads 2. And the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2 right now. Oh, and Lords of the Fallen 2. Mm-hmm. It's basically a worse battle sim than Pokemon Stadium 2. I apologize if I'm boring you guys while I'm sitting here eating an apple. Almost dead air. But you're not going to get long breaks like this for the rest of the stream. This is the only time. The pick is enough. They purposely use both Stadium games and Pokemon Revolution in their stupid-ass commercial, ironically, to promote this shit game. Wow. I didn't know that. You know what? Let's go look into that while I'm taking a short break. Nope, wrong window. Give me a second. Can you tell me which trailer it is? Go to their first comment. Well, I don't know which video you're referring to. I only see one trailer. Is there more than one trailer? All right. I'm trying to clean my hand so I can use my mouse. We're going to watch the trailer as soon as I find it. Now that I'm done eating. Pokemon Champions. Copy. Paste. Enter. Oh, there's... Oh, wait. There's only one Pokemon Champions trailer. Let me double check. Excuse me. Okay, I don't see it from skimming it. It's the one from a year ago. Okay. One from a year ago. I don't see anything. Yeah, there's nothing here. I don't know what I don't know where this thing is, but there's only one thing they have for Pokemon Champions. And it was released 2 weeks ago. There's no other trailer tied to the game. Yeah, you can post it on Discord. You found it. Okay, good. Waiting on Discord. Let me know when you posted it. Either way, as long as they don't go after Showdown, it's all good. I mean, I don't trust the game, period. Really don't. Okay. Wow, announcement trailer? Oh, it's from the Pokemon YouTube channel. See, I was looking at the Nintendo of America channel. Gotta let it load. One year ago. So February 2025. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and take a gander at this trailer. Hopefully, hold on a second. Let me hide my mascot real quick. Actually, no, I can make her smaller. There, I'll just have her head here. Alright, let's go ahead and watch this and see what we're dealing with. Oh, God. Yeah, they really did. They really did. And it's immediately obvious that it's fucking Stadium 2. Holy shit. Wait, did I just miss something here? Never mind. See, what I don't like about this trailer is that literally they're using it as bait. They are using this as nostalgia bait to really get you hyped up for the game, and the game is not going to deliver the way that they thought it would. Like, wow, what a fucking travesty.
This is my time, my victory's here. Nothing is in my way.
God, I just... The amount of fake positive reaction in this trailer is astounding. This game does not look great at all. Exactly, it's a member berry tactic. What is with the sweat drop significance? Like, do Nintendo really think that people love Pokemon so much and feel competitive with Pokemon that much to the point where, like, they're nervously sweating from their brow? Like, what is this trash? Oh my god, this is so fucking cringe. This is so fucking cringe. Oh my god, this is terrible, bro. You have got to be kidding me right now with this shit. Bro, they look so fucking basic in those outfits. The Pokemon, I swear, just over designs lately. Look at this fucking crystalline bullshit, dude. This is like... This is overkill at best. The biggest issue would be no epic commentary if they wanted to really feed into the member berries. That's a travesty. What the fuck? That's... God damn, dude. I really don't get it. It's Nintendo. They think their shit is hot shit still. That's fucking crazy. Like, Nintendo probably, in some form, thinks we're stupid. Like, genuinely, they think this. I just don't get it, bro. I don't. I really don't get it. Anywho, let me go and prep for the actual fucking thing now. For the second topic. And it's really not much of a my coverage type of thing. More like we're gonna be reacting to some drama. So the reason why I'm not going to cover the topic is because, well, it's the type of topic that you would have to cover like as it comes out, like with news. And I'm really late on that. So all I'm going to do is just react to some footage and we're gonna commentate over it. So let me pull up a few things for the topic first before we actually get to the video. See, open that tab. Bookmarks. Sorry, guys. Lots of dead air, I know. What the fuck? We're gonna get to that too. Yeah, we're definitely gonna get to that. Alright. Open that. Once again, gonna fucking open up a new tab. Oh boy. Let's see here. Holy shit. I don't think we're going to be able to cover the entire thing on this video alone. It's like over 6 hours long, but we'll cover quite a bit. Not too much. But yeah, I think I am ready for the next topic. Actually, wait a minute. I have one more tab to find. Where is it? 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 There. 1 second, guys. I know this is taking forever, but I'm trying to find everything. And it's just like a lot of it's like bogging down as time passes by. Where is it? Like, I know you have it here. All right, I think I found it. All right, cool. We're good. Anyways, hold on, let me a second. Holy was looking up pricings and pay to play on a grind ladder is crazy. All right, guys. Here we go. Next topic. Let me fix my avatar real quick. Make her a little bit bigger. There we go. So as many of you know, within the past week, we've had a situation between Kino Casino and Jeremy Hambley of the Quartering, who a lot of the internet is calling Quarter Pounder these days. We've had plenty of instances in the past before this incident where the Quartering has been completely molding and crashing out on various people who talk negative about him, even with Kino Casino themselves in the past. But it seems like their war against each other sparked again. And we've had Kino Casino recently in their show constantly mocking the Quartering for very good reason and showcasing how much of a failure he is. And Quartering was basically like, well, I've had enough. And he decided to go ahead and try flagging all of their socials in an attempt to silence Kino Casino. So we got a post here from Warski, from the Kino Casino. Says, the Quartering flagged down our promo video and in his drunken rage yesterday. What an actual scumbag. He deleted his seething tweets at us about yesterday to try and hide the fact that he flagged us. Congrats on becoming the new Jarbo. I'll be blocking him to protect my Twitter account. This is in response to Ashton, PPP. Quartering is a desperate attempt to protect... Oh, no, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Quartering in a desperate attempt to protect his criminal bull has flagged down our promo video exposing his crimes. Full-on Jarbo cuck flag it shit from Jer. Our channel is under attack. And so you see here in the image here, they got a community guideline strike for harassment and cyberbullying. And it doesn't stop there, guys. It doesn't stop there because let's go back to Warski's timeline. And we're going to scroll up. And we're going to see... So Warski responded to himself, saying, Quartering tried showing his report in his main to to say he didn't flag. He has 20 channels with tons of subs. His other channel have the power to flag down YouTube videos easy. He also was in a drunken rampage last night attacking us. This is all the way back in April 4th, so about 4 days ago, as of the recording of this video. PPP, the Quartering and his bull are desperate to hide his bull's criminal history. They have flagged down our video exposing his domestic abuse issues and other criminal convictions. Jeremy Hambley of Wisconsin is scared to death of the truth coming out and will do anything to hide it. So the image in this states, "Hi, Kino Casino. It looks like the Quartering's bull exposed criminal past and Jeremy agrees to Caleb Hammer review. Didn't follow our community guidelines. We removed it from YouTube." What? And mind you, this is 30 minutes into that entire video. Let's go back here. And responding to PPP, Worski, Quartering still flagging, shocking. Even Jarbo blushes at this level of flaggatry. And then we got the meme copium responding to the Quartering. Quartering says he is asking for my tax documents. Someone even as retarded as him knows I can't just give some random foreign rando. I don't know how he types and makes intelligible sentences. Josh, you are not this dumb. So Meme Copian responds saying the Quartering agrees to share tax documents, backs out because they ask for tax documents. Guess that liquid courage ran out, eh, Jeremy? And this is in a response with a picture. It's tax season. Get your 1099 and itemizations. Happy to share from the Quartering. Absolute nonsense this guy is going through. Let's see here. Another image here. This is Worski again. Quartering has admitted to flagging us. He is trying to get us banned on Kick for making fun of him. He claims I am ban evading on YouTube, which I was unbanned earlier this year. The channel is ran by someone else. Also, you bring up your wife daily, STFU. This is the image tied to that post. If I actually wanted to get them banned easy, I don't want that. I want their ridicule. It's funny and they are good at what they do. I don't think it's crazy to ask them to leave my wife out of it. Their YouTube channel is literally a walking TOS violation ran by a ban evader. That's some huge amount of grift there, Mr. Jeremy. Some huge grifting. Are you coping over the fact that people are just giving facts about how horrible you are as a person and what you're doing? That you're just completely ignoring it? We got PvP. Jeremy Hambley, your bull is a part of your content and has been many times over the years. He is a Discord mod and he is a sex-swinging bull with a criminal history. You bring up your wife constantly on your show and you disrespect and disgrace her constantly. Stop crying. So the Quartering here on this image says, if these clowns keep going after my friends and family just because they don't like me, totally fine. I will, in fact, take everything they have and never apologize for it. It's clearly not fine, Quartering, because you have a problem enough to flag them and try and get them kicked off of their platforms. Psycho weirdos are messaging my wife, calling her phone. People are harassing my friends. Roast me, fine. Bro, what are you talking about? You're the one who's saying all these nasty things about your wife on your show. Do you not understand the... I don't know, man. There used to be a line, I don't give a fuck what you say about me, but these psychos are harassing my family, my wife, and my friends. They have no rules, and starting today, neither do I. Ooh, big, tough, bad guy Jeremy with the keyboard warrior medal. Look at that shit. Worski again. My YouTube is not banned. I announced I was unbanned. The link is here. I'm not going to go there. So there is no violation at all. YouTube manual reviewed the video and put it back up. And now you are going after Kick. Quartering is worse than the woke left. Stop drinking. And, of course, he keeps making ammunition for Kino Casino with these comments. I swear to God. It says, first will be your YouTube, which is in violation of ban evasion. No, it's not. Easy takedown. And next will be your Kick. I literally begged you two to be reasonable. I tried everything. Jeremy, nobody has any inclination on being reasonable when you're doing terrible shit. At all. I don't think you grasp that concept. And what's really funny is when you go after people for the same fucking reason, now that Kino Casino is doing the same thing to you, all of a sudden it's a problem because it's you. That's not how it works, pal. That's not how it works. If you fuck up, people are going to call you out for it. You're a public figure. People have the right to call you out on things and be as brutal as humanly possible about it. That's reality. And that's what you need to understand. How you've survived being a content creator this long and not understand that basic reality is beyond me. You chose this. All I wanted was to let you guys dunk on me. No, you didn't. Because you have a problem with them dunking on you. Continuing on with the thread. PPP. Even Jarbo wasn't this shameless. I will now never, ever stop felting you, Jeremy. You genuinely have no power anywhere. You are a cuckold, and you won't be doing shit. You are ruining your career and reputation in real time in a drunken spiral. Sober up and seek Christ, buddy. Oof. Man, this is a long battle between the two of these parties. Let's see. Any further... What is this? Jeremy Hamling, the quartering, is having a dinner time meltdown on Easter Sunday. Is he drunk again? Well, let's see. Oh, that's what I read earlier. I think making fun of me is totally in bounds. You guys have spread disgusting, vile lies about my wife. You literally retweeted a photoshopped picture of her. I don't remember that being posted on the internet. Someone who is not on the internet. Well, then how did I get pictures of your wife, quartering? You must have shown your wife to people at some point. I strongly dislike you, but would never dream of bringing your family into anything. Yeah, you would. You bring their families into it monetarily when you try and strike down their channels. Don't even try and hide that shit. I don't think it's crazy to expect two other grown men to understand that my wife, who is not an online person, to be left out of things. Well, Jeremy, if you don't want your wife on the internet and to have her be left out of these things, why do you constantly talk about your wife and your personal issues on your channels? Something to think about there. The more they push it, the more I want to become the villain they already accuse me of. You already are the villain, pal. You've been the villain this entire time. If I actually wanted to get them banned, easy. I don't want that. I want their ridicule. Dude, you want them banned. You're trying to get them banned. Like, I don't understand this rambling of yours. You don't want them banned. You've been trying to flag them and get their accounts banned. What are you on about, buddy? I want their ridicule. It's funny. And they are good at what they do. Oh, so you're a masochist. I don't think it's crazy to ask them to leave my wife out of it. So why don't you leave your wife out of your own personal channel? Their YouTube channel is literally a walking TOS violation ran by a ban evader. Again, false. This is crazy, guys. This is absolutely crazy. And I'm not going to go any further on this timeline in regards to that. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to show a couple more things here. So apparently, and this is something I never knew about because this was posted in 2020, but he's always accused of something wrong that he's doing. And apparently, one of the things he's done wrong is theft, because his current channel logo is literally ripped from a Mexican barbershop. You are not going to see anything that is out of the ordinary here. He literally stole a logo from a business for his YouTube channel, only altering it slightly. But it's the same image. Like, I'm pretty sure someone on the internet will contact this barbershop to let them know that their imagery is stolen by Jeremy. So, now we come to the video segment. No, it's not here. So we're going to go to this, and we're going to watch a little bit of Kino Casino covering Jeremy for a little bit, and we're going to commentate and pause as we are doing it. So let's go ahead and watch, and we will react. Let me see if my mascot is in the way. All right. Actually, let me flip her around. There we go. That way you guys can get a nice glimpse of her breasts. But anyways, let's get on with it.
Clip alone is enough to exonerate us on the defamation suit, because here he is just admitting he's a cuck. How could I know he's not when he says that he is? And chat, has anyone ever seen anything like this in all their time on the internet? Anyone? Honestly, can anyone in chat point out a situation you've seen like this? Because I can't.
Buddy.
PPP is funny as fuck, dude. Never stops to make me laugh.
We're still here, motherfuckers! We're still here, Jeremy Hambley of Wisconsin, you cuckold bitch-made flag bitch who got your fucking ass handed to you by a fucking not one fucking lick in, you coward.
He is going off, man. He's fucking raging. This rant is insane. I've never seen him go this heated.
Oh, and by the way, you're a poopy pants, Jer. What do you think about that, buddy? You shit your fucking pants, Jeremy Hambley. You shot your fucking pants in Walmart, and the stink of your trail of smears went all the way from fucking produce to the goddamn bicycle aisle. You think, motherfucker, that I'll ever bow to you? You think that I'll ever stop fucking with you, bitch? Send the fucking papers, cock. Fucking do it. You'll never do fucking shit.
Do it,
Take down this platform right now. You said that you had the connections. You said to Josh Moon in DMs that you were talking to Eddie from Kick and we would never stream again. Well, I'm still fucking here, bitch. What do you fucking think about that? You're gonna have to drag me out of this motherfucker with a crane, cause I'm fat as and I've had it with you. You will never, and I mean ever, silence me ever in your miserable fucking life. Do you understand me, boy? Do you understand me, you fucking cuckold? You will never, ever match my will. Do you understand? You will never break me. I will break you, Jeremy Hambly. I already have. I'm taking your sanity from you day by day by day. And let me...
Damn. He's going ham. I've never seen him this heated. But damn, that's funny as hell. Like, it's like fucking shit, bro. Oh my god. Like, this is clearly a situation where quartering really mentally affected Kino Casino to the point where they have to go on this heated rant so bad. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Like, even to go, I think, like, if it were just like specifically YouTube that Jeremy was going after, it wouldn't be this heated. But because he went after Kick, like their Kick account, that's when that's when it's become a no holds barred fucking wrestling match at this point.
Tell you something, buddy. By the time this is all done, you're gonna beg for mercy, and none will come to you. Let's go!
Ash, 7 years ago fucked up with coke and fucked up my life. I crawled out of the ashes, came back, built myself back up for this fat to try to take me down. You, Jer.
We need a bigger bell for what Hambly thinks he's gonna do. We got you, motherfucker.
I've been through worse. I've been through worse, Jer. Your fat ass won't take me down, you bitch. You fucking piece of shit.
You know, Jeremy,
it's
that
over.
You lost.
It's over.
When even Ethan Ralph is with me.
Ethan Ralph is helping us out. He's backing us up.
When even Dick Masterson knows that I'm in the right and is siding with me. When Matt Jarbo is siding with Kino Casino. When Mersh is siding with Kino Casino.
All our enemies. All our enemies.
You know you f***ed up, buddy. It's a giant bell alert, Jeremy! Buddy. Jeremy. Everyone knows who you are. The streets know who you are, Jeremy. You're the lowest of the low. You're the snitch. You're the traitor. You're the Randall Weems. Miss Finster! Ain't nobody have any respect for fucking snitches. You're next to, and in fact, in some cases, lower than fucking child in the prison hierarchy. Do you know what happens to rats, Jeremy? They're exterminated, Jeremy. And you know right well what happens to dirty rats like Matt Jarbo. You were there. You were there.
Oh, yeah, he was there.
During the Boulder stream. You were there, and you claim credit for ending Matt Jarbo's career. Do you understand what you just did to yourself, Jeremy? Do you understand?
Worse than 9/11 for him.
It's not just flagging down channels, Jeremy, which you're doing. You're caught, hand in the cookie jar. It was your bull. It was your bull, buddy. Mr. Sellers himself that filed the privacy claim to have the video taken down. It was only him that could have done it. It requires his driver's license to be submitted on the YouTube forums, Jeremy. You guys are desperate to cover up the fact that you invite on a regular basis into your home a sex-swinging bull that has a history of domestic abuse, where even his own fucking family members don't want anything to do to him, and his older female family member has a restraining order against him, Hambly. That's what you don't want people to know. but the people will know. The streets will know, Jeremy. And
more people will know now.
I'm not doing a goddamn thing to you, by the way. All of this bullshit, all of this harassment that you claim that's going on, Jeremy Smollett, that you've provided no proof of, when you say that you're getting death threats, when you say you're getting threatening phone calls, when you claimed last week that you're getting packages in the mail, I have nothing to do with that. And I don't even think that that's fucking real. But you know what, Jeremy? I'm not going to handle you, buddy. The streets are going to handle you. Do you understand? You went against the code.
Beyond.
We know. We know your history. But no. We know where this guy comes from. We know where this guy comes from. He comes from the sector. He comes from Gamergate. And the sector has come to claim one of their own. Your past has come back to haunt you. Your past has come to collect. You were okay to do it to Brie Larson. You were okay to do it to Jack Murphy, posting his sex tape over and over
300
and over
times.
again until you actually got a temporary suspension from Twitter. Jimmy, you think the streets forgot? You think the streets forgot 130 videos on Brie Larson? You think the streets forgot all the videos on Zoe Quinn and Anita Sarkeesian and the feminists? And here's the ironic part of it all. You cry out, my channel is under attack. My channel is under attack. I'm being silenced by the woke left. I'm being silenced by the woke left. But the moment that some motherfucker comes around that you can't pay off, that you can't bully, that you can't extort, that's coming for your fucking ass relentlessly. And I'll never stop, you understand? Never, not until you're broken. The moment that happens, you cry. You cry out, please save me. Please save me, YouTube terms of service. Please save me, Kick terms of service. Please silence them. They don't deserve to have the freedom to speak. I don't think so, motherfucker. And the streets know so. And even if you put me behind bars, the younger generation that I inspire will finish the fucking job when it comes to you, bitch. You think you're going to get away with this sort of activity? You think you can talk like you're a mafia don? You think that you can engage in criminal extortion in DMs with Josh Moon and tell us that we have to take down our videos?
I'm taking everything they have. Andy was banned off of YouTube. He's banned again. Actually, I was unbanned 6 months ago, you fucking piece of shit.
It will never, ever happen. By the way, how's Scorched Earth going, Jeremy? This fucking cuckold coward. And it would have been one thing if today he had delivered on going Scorched Earth. Had he come out and attacked full bore, not even that, but with both barrels blazing. PPP showed his asshole. Andy Worski directed a to pull a gun in Miami and said, aim, aim, aim. Them, they're pieces of shit. But this shameful little cuckold coward, after 3 days talking mad fucking shit, drunk out of his fucking mind on Twitter, trying to tell Josh Moon how it's gonna be to me. I'm gonna take everything. I'm coming. It's Scorched Earth at midnight central. Or sorry, noon central. At high noon, Jeremy Hambley was gonna own us. We were gonna be destroyed, and I looked forward to it. You know, some days I come in here and this becomes like a fucking job, and I wonder, why am I fucking here? I don't even want to felt these fucking jokers. I want to sit on my ass and just chill. It became like a job, but I was never in this game for money or fame. It's always been for the love of the fucking game. And Jeremy Hambley You've reignited that in me. I live for this shit. You don't live for this shit, son. I've went toe to toe with Ethan Ralph and Nick Fuentes and all the dirtiest, slimiest, scum-sucking bottom feeders in this fucking game and never back down one fucking inch. Always come forward, bite down on the mouthpiece to war, to war. But you ain't made like that, son. You ain't ever been in that frozen cabin, boy. You ain't ever had to go through hard times, daddy. But I know hard times, and hard times are coming for you, Jeremy Hambly. You've never, ever in your life been able to talk like I'm able to talk. You can barely put 3 words together, you fat fucking cuckold sitting in your corner. You will never be me. You will never be me. On my worst day, drunk out of my fucking mind on drugs, I am 100 times the entertainer and performer that you will ever be. And you think you can talk shit to Alex Jones? You aren't worthy to carry Alex Jones' fucking jockstrap, son. Your days are numbered. You were always a talentless, passionless hack, and for that reason I hated you and laid you for destruction, to break you, to make you my bitch. You understand? But you've made it personal now. You've targeted the Rice Bowl. You've targeted our livelihoods. But you know what? It's not about that. You want to take away our ability to speak. You want to take away people's ability to criticize you and make fun of you. And that shows that you stood for nothing all along. Because even if you were a basic bitch, fucking libertarian.
Is he losing weight? It looks like he's losing weight. If he is, good on him. Obviously, he's still quite fat, but so am I, so...
You would have at least that commitment, but you fucking don't. Because when it comes time to you, when it comes time for you to be the fucking nail, you're a fucking bitch. And you go running to the cops, you go running to lawyers, you go running to the YouTube terms of service, you go running to Eddie to run this fucking site. Well, no, we tell fucking Eddie how it's gonna fucking be. Eddie comes here and he gifts 100 subs on Bended Knee because there ain't no motherfucker on kick.com who can do what we fucking do. Do you understand? Literally. And that's why you're fucking shook, Jeremy, because we're effective and we get the most flack when we're right over the target. And what you've done, Jeremy, by opening the floodgates, by crossing the fucking shit line, buddy, because that's what you did. You crossed the fucking shit line. And now your grift is hanging at the end of a fucking shit rope, Jeremy, hanging over the fucking shit abyss. And the harder you try and cling to that shit rope to save your grift, the quicker you'll slide down the greasy pole into the shit abyss of hell. And the only thing that will be there, Jeremy, is the mirror. And you can look in the mirror and see your own shortcomings of how you destroyed your own multi-million-dollar opportunity because 2 retarded pieces of shit from Canada, one a cokehead, the other one 400 pounds who showed his asshole, got you so fucking seething that you threatened to destroy their livelihoods and deplatform them, going against everything you ever stood for in your entire career. All of them, my channel's under attack. I just want to make money. I just want to be able to say what I want to say and think what I want to think. You flushed it all down the toilet. And for what? For your bull, Adam Sellers?
Toilet.
So that he can keep fucking your wife? The harder you try and push this, Jeremy Hambly, the worse it will be for you. And you understand, right? There's no going back. There's no putting the fucking toothpaste in the tube. You understand? You want to put us in jail. You want to take all of our money. You want to take our livelihoods away. You say there's no fucking rules? Well, Ethan Ralph said that. How's that working out for him? Okay. By the way, Jeremy, we've treated you with kid gloves. Okay. I don't say your fucking wife's name. You say your wife's name. Hannah Claire today actually had to tell you to stop doxing your wife's name on your own program because you're such a fucking reckless idiot? Or are you? Or is this another case of the same weaponized incompetence you use in your marriage to Heather to get away with being a lazy layabout oaf idiot? Is it? Because what I think is happening here, Jeremy, is you're using your wife as a human shield, you disgusting fucking piece of shit. You're using your wife and your family as human fucking shields, just like Review Tech USA does. What a low way to go, buddy. What a low way to go. And what you're actually doing by crying out about how you're being harassed without any proof of actually being harassed is you're inviting harassment on your family. You're inviting harassment on your wife, and you want your wife to be harassed. I don't want your wife to be harassed.
Me either.
I just want to be able to make videos saying that you're a fucking cuck and laugh at you and collect my fucking check. Do you understand? That's what I'm here for.
Comedy.
I'm here to have fun.
Funny.
This is a comedy program. I don't have these grand delusional aspirations you have of going to AmFest and rubbing shoulders with the elite to try and climb a greasy fucking pole of conservative media so you can go to degenerate sex parties where you watch your wife get by a higher caliber of criminal, one that wears a suit and tie instead of an orange jumpsuit like Adam Sellers fucking wears, buddy. That's you. I'm me. That's Andy. We do a comedy show that you've taken so seriously that you've crossed the line.
Want to ruin my life and Ashton's life? You want to take everything?
Not one person is with you other than Nick Ricada, who, guess what, is a cock.
And Vito.
He's a swinger.
And Vito,
the pedophile.
Literally.
These are your associates. These are the people who stand with you, Mr. Hambly. And I'm just telling you, your behavior is starting to piss people off who aren't like me, because I'm not a nasty guy. Contrary to what people believe, I don't run gay ops. I don't dox. I don't SWAT. I don't do that fucking
all gay
shit.
You
understand? That's gay shit for like you who run to report and to cry.
And to DM people to destroy our lives. I'm going to ruin their life.
But
here's the extortion plan.
If you continue the way you're going, and honestly, you've already gone too far now.
Too far.
Get down on your knees and beg for forgiveness.
Apologize.
Seriously, you can't just pretend that what you did yesterday didn't happen. Because I'm going to tell you something right now, Jeremy. I've seen the messages you sent to Josh. Do you want them to come out? Why don't you release them now and just get it over with?
Yeah.
Why don't you release the messages that you sent to Josh last night, Jeremy? Because I'm telling you right now, buddy, those messages are bad. In those messages, you admit that you are planning to do anything and everything to deplatform us. Anything and everything. And you undermine, in a lot of those messages, the entire legal case that you want to fucking make. So I don't know what to tell you, buddy, but you barked up the wrong fucking tree. You have sown the wind and you will reap the fucking whirlwind, okay? You don't understand. The version of Kino Casino that you've been getting for the last 6 or 7 months,
gone.
We were just having fun.
It's gone now.
We were just
now there's a mission.
You don't understand. I live for a mission. I live for a righteous cause. I'm a preacher. I come from a whole lineage of preachers. And you gave me the biggest soapbox to stand up on and shout that I'm the victim. I'm the persecuted one. No longer can you say that you're under attack and you're being harassed when you're claiming you're going to take everything from me and my good friend Andy Worski, all because we dared have the balls to say the emperor has no fucking clothes. All because we dared to say that you're not a king. You're not a god.
He thinks
you're
he's
not
God.
A mafia don. You're not the leader of a criminal enterprise. All that you are is a poopy pantsed cuckold surrounded by pieces of plastic, your Funko Pops, your action figures, your toys, your retro video games, and your man-child mansion that was subsidized because you're a Nepo baby by mommy and daddy, and you got lucky on YouTube and spammed the algorithm for years by being a safe little cuckold that minced your words, minded your P's and Q's, towed the line, knelt down to Susan, sucked her asshole while everybody else got banned. Well, all the real fucking G's got banned. But you know what the difference is? Us real fucking G's who were out in the wilderness for many a year, we know how to survive in barren seasons. We know how to survive when winter comes and the stocks are short and the weather and the conditions are hostile and cruel. Do you? Will you, when the legal bills are mounting 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 500,000, when you enter year 2, year 3,
year 4,
year 4, year 5, year 6 of a legal battle based on your criminal extortion, based on your alleged bullshit defamation fucking claims, buddy, an international lawsuit? Are you going to be ready to pay the price? To be fucking drained, to have everybody in your life be cross-examined, to go into discovery, to provide the messages, all the messages between you and Adam Sellers over the years, all of the messages between Adam Sellers and your wife. Are you prepared for that? Because we are. Because we know what it's like to suffer. We know what it's like for times to be fucking hard. You've never felt that in your life. I want you to feel that. I want you to feel that pressure. I want you to feel that stress. I want you to feel that strain because I live for the pressure. I live for the stress. I live for the strain. That's what makes me a fucking man. And that's why you'll always be a fucking cuckold and a little fucking bitch who, when times are hard, just like back in 3rd grade, you ran to your parents, "Mommy, Daddy, the teachers gave me a bad grade in class." And the teacher sat your parents down and said, "Jeremy wants lobster grades for cod work." Because you haven't read a book in your entire life, you illiterate swine, and you want to pretend like you fucking know politics. I've lived for politics since I was 8 years old. Rex Jones has lived for politics his entire life, raised from his father's fucking knee. And you want to come in and pretend like you know a goddamn thing about politics when you can't even fucking read a book? Here's the thing. You ain't no political speaker, and you ain't no fucking comedian either. Do you get it? Jeremy, we're going to drag you into the deep water. You're not prepared. You will drown. There's no more warnings. There's no going back. The behavior that you have decided to expose, whether you kill us and we're homeless in the streets and starving or not, I can guarantee you one fucking thing. You'll feel it. You'll feel it from us. If we suffer, you will suffer. And I know you don't like to fucking suffer, boy. So you need to reconsider your fucking actions, bitch, because I'm willing to go to jail for this shit. Are you? Anyway, welcome to the fucking show tonight.
The 23 or 24 minute rant, and it takes them that long to fucking do the intro.
Motherfuckers! Can you say one quick thing here? Jer, when you threatened me yesterday that you were going to ruin my life and take everything, I liked you, Andy. I liked you. The last thing you said to me 5 years ago was, "I can't wait to see your dead body in a ditch." Well, guess who's in a fucking ditch right now? Looking at your YouTube channel. Your fucking YouTube channel's in a ditch, and you have no money. Your money's bleeding out. You got nothing. You're spending money when you don't have. So
you're going into
you never
debt,
liked
buddy.
me. You used me and spit me out, and then wished death upon me. So you, you piece of.
Anyway, folks, I know, but really. Like, what is this guy?
At least with iDubbbz, he never flagged us.
That's what's crazy.
With Jarbo, he went back and forth and had fun with us.
No, but
know?
isn't that truly what's crazy? Yeah. iDubbbz, say what you want to say about iDubbbz, man. He's been having to take it on the chin.
Yeah.
For 6 fucking years. Everybody and their mama calling him a cuck every fucking day. thousands of times a fucking day, in fact. Absolutely destroyed by Sam Hyde. We've been fucking dragging the guy for years, but he never flagged down one of our videos.
Ever.
And he certainly never openly said that he was going to destroy our livelihoods. And that's a leftist. That's a legitimate cuckold leftist.
A beyond leftist, like an extreme leftist.
What are you talking about, Jeremy? Are you okay?
At least when Ralph flagged us,
and I'll say this
he
too.
proudly was like, "I don't give a shit." He was drunk and on pills. He didn't like.
Well,
Ralph
yeah, and the next day, Ralph didn't back down from it, did he?
Yeah, no. He doubled down.
Ralph proudly fucking owns it and will just go in and go off. And I have respect for that.
Yeah.
That he fucking hollers. He gets drunk as fuck. He doesn't give a fuck. But the moment that Jeremy Hambly put down the bottle last night after his 3-day bender of burning down his life and promising that today would be scorched earth, he was going to salt the earth and destroy us. He tucked tail and pretended like none of this ever fucking happened.
He banned everyone. And he flagged one of my tweets down, by the way. One of my tweets was gone.
Banned every single person in chat who is calling him out. Josh Moon was in chat calling out fucking Jeremy Hambly. I was in chat calling out Jeremy Hambly today. I will fight to the death for my right to call you a fucking cuckold, because it is my sincere conviction in my heart of hearts before Jehovah, before Yahweh, before the King of Kings and the supreme sovereign of the universe. I believe that you are a fucking cuckold, Jeremy.
What the he was thinking.
And by the way, our fans have our back, Jeremy.
Beyond.
And I'll tell you, you don't have any fans. You don't have any supporters. You don't have any defenders. You don't have any donators. All you have is YouTube ad revenue, and it's dwindling. And all you have is a Rumble deal that's expiring in June. Or is it? You claim you have another 5 years left on your Rumble deal in private to Josh Moon. But publicly, you tell your fans in the world that it's expiring in fucking June. Which is it? And this is why we demanded that you submit your documents for a financial audit. Not to me, not to Andy, not to anybody.
I don't want your info.
We want an actual financial auditor involved. We want Caleb Hammer involved, or an equivalent auditor that will be able to go through and see exactly what your financial situation is. And by the way, Jeremy, if you do take this to court, we will get it. We will get your documents. Do you understand? So as much as you think that you're going to break us down, every step through discovery, we will be getting information that will felt you. Do you understand that? And this is what's crazy. Josh Moon told Jeremy this, said to Jeremy, do you know, they can put your wife on the stand for 6 hours in a deposition. Jeremy Hambly says this is about protecting his wife. He said to Josh, he doesn't care that he would put his wife on the stand for 6.
All right. So you get, I think we've covered enough on that one. Plus, watched quite a bit of Kino. It's a 6-hour stream. I'm not going to play the whole thing. But yeah, so my thoughts really, honestly, I really don't understand Quarter Pounder and his logic. I think if you're on YouTube as long as he has been, you would think that you know all the proper ways to, act as a content creator and not really get too personal, and also just not come off as a massive hypocrite. I believe Jeremy is slightly older than me. I'm not entirely sure, but there's got to be a part of you that thinks what you're doing is wrong. And I think he's just so stuck in his own ego, in his own bubble, that he's going to end up incarcerated for doing one too many bad decisions and not realizing what he's doing is wrong. And going after Kina Casino, clearly is not working. His channel is dying and plummeting to record low numbers. I mean, it's just embarrassing, and I don't understand his mindset, but maybe he's just too far gone. And dare I say, has he ever been right in the head this whole time? It's anyone's guess. But yeah, if you guys want to watch the rest of this video from Kino Casino, I will provide a link to it in the comment for you guys to check out. But it's, yeah, I'm only going to play so much of this just for you guys to see while you're here live. But for those who see it in video form, yeah, I'll provide the link. But I'll leave it there, guys. Take care. Oofa. What an absolute clown Quarter Pounder is. I gotta tell you, man. I don't get his mindset at all. How any sane person can think the way he thinks. It's just mind-boggling. Anywho, guys, let's see. It is 10:34 p.m. Eastern. We still got about another topic, though. I will say something that I discovered, but there's not enough to really go on for a topic, so I'll just bring it up now. Anyone here who is familiar with Kingdom Hearts has probably heard of Utada Hikaru, who made the theme songs for Kingdom Hearts games. And she recently came into the deep end of wokeism, which I will never understand why she's made this decision, but let me go ahead and bring it up real quick. It is absolutely wild. I don't know why she's going down this route. It makes zero sense. But let me go ahead and pull it up. I just gotta find it real quick. Where are you? Aha. Oh, hold on, I gotta sneeze. Oh, there we go. Damn. Alright, guys. So, let me bring this up real quick. So, I don't even know where to begin with this. But, Toasty the Mosty, she posts, "It sucks because I do like her music ever since I was a teen, but at the same time, Utada is very Americanized, so I'm not surprised. I feel bad for her son, though." So this is in response to this post from Haruka Suzumori, who's a Japanese conservative. And she says, well, I don't know if it's a she, but basically says, as a Japanese woman, okay, so it is a she. She says, as a Japanese woman who grew up looking up to Utada Hikaru, along with so many other girls, I can't help but feel disappointed. Now she's saying she's not a woman, but non-binary. She was our icon, and her music, Kingdom Hearts, inspired fans worldwide. How unfortunate. And clearly she's going by they, them pronouns. And it's really pathetic, the route she is going by. But there's a short video here. Some people are whining in the replies, where's the evidence? And here, see it for yourself. And we're going to watch this thing uninterrupted without commenting.
When I came across the term non-binary for the first time, which was, I guess, a few years ago. It wasn't a question of am I or am I not. It was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Where was this word my whole life? Hello. We finally meet, and it was it was like a gift, the knowledge of just knowing that it was very it was such a validating moment. And I thought, I didn't even realize how much I had needed the term, and you think, oh, it's just a word, or you can be what you want and not have a word attached to it, but it's not the case when you feel strange your whole life. I knew it would be very misunderstood in Japan because the discussion around things like that is it's just not really quite there.
Was that part of the reason why you wanted to do it, even in your subconscious, that you could actually then amplify the conversation and help bring greater awareness to what it actually means to you and therefore to others who might feel misunderstood and or isolated?
Well, yes, exactly. There was such a lack of visibility, and the whole idea that gender identity is a thing, like the concept of that, I don't see it really being discussed in Japan.
Yeah, and there's a good reason it's not discussed in Japan, because Japan is very traditionalist and conservative in their viewpoint. They are never going to agree with mental illness stifled issues, including terms like non-binary and the wacky fucking use of pronouns outside of what they're meant to be. You're never going to get that in Japan. And yes, I think Toasty is correct. I think Utada is definitely Americanized to the point where she's completely brainwashed to believing whatever nonsense she is fucking spewing out of her mouth. And it's really a shame, because it's not just girls, mind you, but lots of men have been inspired from her music. And this has got to be an absolute betrayal to the fans who supported her, because they didn't care about pronouns when they followed her. They didn't care about politics. They didn't care about gender identity. They only cared about the music that she made and the impact it had on people who played Kingdom Hearts. I don't know how, but when you're put into a position where trends, especially toxic trends, come into your purview, you have to understand and do research to figure out if anything is politically motivated to control people and to control how they think. You have to really do the research to figure out if this is meant to be something positive or negative. And unfortunately, it's negative. But when you lack the ability to do proper research on these things, you tend to fall to the wayside and follow into the delusion. This has never been an instance of common sense. And if you've ever heard of the term, if you don't learn from history, you're doomed to repeat it, that fits this situation to a T. So, let's go through the comments and see what some people are saying here.
And I came across
Don't play the video again. Kingman Lee says, no! I would always jam to Simple and Clean growing up. I was a huge Kingdom Hearts gamer. Haruka says, yeah, I remember when I first heard some of her songs. I had them on my iPod and listened 24/7. So crazy that New York City ruined her like that. Oh, so she moved to New York. Ugh, yuck. That explains a lot. That really does. I see the communist they, them, all of them are men. Crowd found this post and are whining. These are men and women. That's it. No one in Japan thinks she's anything else. Exactly. Based player says humans are susceptible to brainwashing, given the right environment and enough time. I feel bad for her. Lady Lark's VT says she's been sucked into the beliefs of the wokeness of the West, which has done nothing but destroy people and have made them less believable. Toasty, once again, I've been saying this for years. She turned woke. Well, now we've listened. Let's see. So sad. I remember her, loving her music in Kingdom Hearts. My brother played Kingdom Hearts so much. I never played it, but I watched him play it and loved the music and stories. So sad to see this happen to her. She's long been... this is Lieutenant Yokota. She's long been infected with the woke DEI virus. Very sad. I mean, you just know it's non-stop here. Like, just nothing but people either talking about it and, like, being disappointed. And then you got the few stragglers here who are going to be like, you guys are whining and all that stupid shit like that. Like, the typical woke leftist will fucking say. But, yeah, that's about it for this. It's a mini topic, if anything. So not really the full thing. But it is really disappointing. Disney has tainted her. Exactly. This gender stuff needs to go. We must save her. I don't even know if she's even savable at this point. She's too far gone. But yeah, guys. We got one more topic to talk about before we end stream. Let me go ahead and pull it up. So give me a few minutes. Let's see here. In the meantime, you guys go ahead and chat and I'll respond as I can. Ooh, that's a topic that I could have covered, but I don't feel like covering it. The topic in question is the whole Overwatch thing, but I don't feel like covering it right now. Maybe next time, if it develops more. It just doesn't really seem worth covering, honestly. Do I spin records? I don't fucking know. Not really. Alright, I'm almost done getting everything. Oops, wrong one. How are all you guys, by the way? I'm doing fine. I've got a small collection going. That's cool. What kind of records? Okay. Have you ever considered collecting records for games? April 4th. April 6th. 7th. Also have Janet Jackson as well, jazz rock and one gospel record. I would like a Final Fantasy one. You know what you should get record-wise? You should get one for Expedition 33. Yeah, the game is great. You should definitely play it. All right, guys, I'm ready for the final topic of the night. So let's go ahead and move on to that. Let me go ahead and change this real quick. Okay. So, one of the biggest controversies going on when it comes to the world of anime has always been about a little known company known as CrunchyRoll. And so, CrunchyRoll, for the longest time, has developed from a piracy site all the way down to a streaming service for simulcast anime. And unfortunately, it doesn't just stop there, because they have another side to their history, and that would be the constant butchering of anime in the West and inserting political messaging or any type of modern day language that goes against the original script of the story that's being told in an anime that you watch. And so we have plenty of examples here when it comes to Crunchyroll being a huge problem. Now, a lot of people have already covered localizers being a problem in the past. But this goes far beyond just mere localizers. So we got Packer Girl here with some examples of butchered localization in Crunchyroll. Says, oh, it's already bad enough Square Enix USA localizers fucked up the manga and in turn the anime subs. Crunchyroll's localizers are inserting fan fiction into the dub. And so let's get this into viewing, shall we? So on the top is the dub subtitles, and on the bottom is the proper subtitles, or it's Square Enix's subtitles. I don't really know for sure. On this post, we're probably going to refer to that as Square Enix subtitles. So you see the subtitles here says that's not even true, but the dub subtitle says, ah, who cares? So, okay, that's just an odd wording, if anything. Because, like, what is who cares and what's not true have anything to do with in relation? It makes no sense. If I perform the duty of hunting valuable meat, but the dub says I'd do anything to keep from going down the mountain. Completely underrated, not underrated, completely unrelated context on both of these subs. Can you see a pattern already? Let's go with this one. You know, I've never even met Asa-chan. Dub says, great, but if no one can actually see her, how do we know she's not imaginary? This is... I don't even know where to begin with this, honestly. This is just so... Like, it's just a lot of fan fiction self-inserting. I hope they're weak. The dub says, hope they're not as strong as they seemed. Do we really need it to be, like, that extensive? I hope they're weak is plain and simple. I don't think you really need to get too deep into it. Let's see here. We're going to go to another thing in her comments. Outside the awful CGI and Square Enix USA manga's shit localization changes, Spring Anime 2026 is off to a great start. Our Yomi no Sugai Episode 1 anime live reaction, I'm like stumbling on my words, is now available on Patreon. Now I gotta see what the fuck this is about. Clearly not. Anyways, let's go on to the next one. Next example here. We're gonna go with Aya Kamads here, who posted on the 7th of April. Crunchyroll really said, if we can't have nice subs, nobody can. Muse Asia's translations are straight up elite, and now we are getting delayed 2 weeks because of this monopoly nonsense. This is exactly why so many of us are done giving Crunchyroll a single cent. Superior subs or pirate, simple as. Who else on the team at Muse Asia this season? You really need to learn to type better. So we got a picture here. ReZero News by Ice says, extremely bad news. Unfortunately, it looks like ReZero Season 4, due to what looks like licensing restrictions, most likely caused by the scum that is Crunchyroll, will be broadcasting 2 weeks later on Muse Asia's YouTube channel. This is a huge blow. Muse Asia ReZero subs are excellent, with some of the most passion I've seen poured into the series translation in a long while, though it will be available simulcast on some VOD platforms like IQIYI and those listed in the screenshot. Unfortunately, their YouTube channel is generally what people are most familiar with. Guess most people are going to be stuck with Crunchyroll's monopolistic AI slop translations this season. Well, I don't think they're using AI slop as translations. I think they're just inserting their own nonsense bullshit. That's what they're doing. So this is the screenshot they were referencing. Broadcast announcement, anime title, ReZero starting life in another world, season 4. Available regions, or I'm sorry, available platforms: IQ, IYI, Crunchyroll, FPT Play, MyTV, True ID, Catch Play, Anime Times, Muse Asia YouTube channel. Available regions on Muse Asia YouTube channel starts on April 22nd every Wednesday in all these countries listed here. Starts May 8th on India. More information will be updated soon. I'm not entirely sure why they're dividing up the scheduling like that. But you have to also think that all the really disturbing things that Crunchyroll has done is also a Sony issue, because Sony owns Crunchyroll. And so if you guys also remember in the past, Crunchyroll had some data breaching issues. I couldn't find the post appropriate for that, but they had yet another data breach that affected, I believe, 12 million viewers. Maybe I'm off on the number. Chibi Reviews says, breaking news, Crunchyroll has started issuing warnings for phishing attempts against your account. Oh, this is the data breach thing. Never mind, I have it. They have finally admitted that a data breach has happened in the most roundabout way possible. They should be they should be ashamed of themselves for not even sending out an email warning. So it says here on the picture for the warning message, please be alert to potential phishing attempts. Crunchyroll will never ask for your personal information via email or SMS. If you receive any such requests via email or SMS, it has not been sent by us. Please do not click on any links or disclose any of your information. I don't know how they keep constantly having these data breaches, but Crunchyroll seems to be doing it on purpose at this point, because why else would they have so many data breaches? Unless it's a disgruntled group of users who are tired of Crunchyroll's shit. But who's to say? MangaDex removed hundreds of manga, re-registered as a UK company, MangaDex UK Limited. And MangaDex Zip dies May 29th, 2026. This is from Ayaka Mods, by the way. Crunchyroll have geo-blocked Japan after our post triggered their defense squad and fake community notes. Nexus Mods staff called Ayaka Mods fairly toxic in private DMs and threatened modders. All exposed. Truth is coming fast. They can't hide anymore. We will never kneel to censorship. They can't stop us. So that's also tied to Crunchyroll in some form, because MangaDex is related in some form. But having it Crunchyroll geo-blocking Japan is very curious, because we all know for a while Crunchyroll has been responsible for having these out of destitute type of localizers who are obsessed with their political agenda, interested in changing how dialogue is spoken in dubs, as well as how subs work, altering the original intent of the author for any given anime or manga. And this includes video games too, because localizers like these also have connections to various video games as well. So geo-blocking Japan means that they are trying to prevent Japan from seeing what they're doing, to see that they are butchering their content. And now that the cat is out of the bag in that end, it's only a matter of time before Japan completely removes the licenses from Crunchyroll to operate as a streaming service. And it's going to eventually come down to a cascading effect where localizers are going to keep losing jobs, and Japan's going to take things much more seriously when it comes to keeping the original intent of their media. Chibi Reviews, again, breaking news. Upon researching the situation, I have confirmed Crunchyroll is indeed strangling Muse Asia. For those that need an explanation on what this means, now there's markets Crunchyroll doesn't cover that Muse Asia covers. But judging by what my insider told me, they are likely trying to shift their business into the SEA area on the world soon. They are forcing anime on Muse Asia's YouTube platform to have delayed releases by time exclusivity. Most people that know of them use their YouTube channel, especially Americans with VPNs. So the time exclusivity is a tactic to weaken them and make Crunchyroll's releases the only way to watch for 2 weeks before Muse Asia releases their version. Muse Asia is an official company that translates anime with English subtitles for people can watch for free. You meant for people to watch for free. Their subtitling work is impressive and leagues beyond Crunchyroll's. When ReZero's Season 3 was airing, for example, the comparisons between Muse's and Crunchyroll's was happening weekly. It was outright embarrassing how Crunchyroll's subtitles were in comparison. So fast forward to right now, and it's clear as day what is happening. First off, Crunchyroll is gaining a larger monopoly by the year and taking over the Western market, slowly but surely. Yeah, I knew about that situation for a while. Crunchyroll and Sony have been trying to monopolize the Western anime market for years now. So this is not surprising one bit. Muse Asia is a threat to them, especially if they are indeed moving into the SEA market for their business. Factor in that Muse Asia offers anime for free legally. That doesn't sit right with a monolithic company as Crunchyroll, owned by Sony, if they are moving into that territory. Now we get into the issue right now. Multiple big titles like ReZero, Classroom of the Elite, and Reincarnated as a Slime are being delayed on Muse Asia's platform by 2 weeks. This means in those 2 weeks, everyone will be forced to watch Crunchyroll's version that is paid for. Even if the subtitling work is inferior, you can't make a comparison until 2 weeks have passed. By that time, nobody will likely be watching it on Muse Asia's platform to begin with. They are selectively making sure big titles are ripped from them for Muse Asia gets strangled out of the market and viewership. The typos are off on this one. If this isn't a clear case of aggressive tactics to control the market, then I don't know what else could classify as it. So there's an image here he's provided. It's a licensing restriction set up purposely to strangle Muse out of view, and I can't read the rest of that. Response: in case you didn't know, by the way, the niche anime are getting simultaneously released on Muse. It's just big sequels like ReZero, Coat, Slime that are suffering like this. So that is another thing right there on that end. But it doesn't end there, guys. We also have got Hirohei chiming in as well. He says, this isn't being done specifically to allow Western butchering of the IP. It's done because there's no reason to negotiate domestic JP licenses. Japan has better platforms already, and Crunchyroll is focused on overseas. However, political brain-rotted localizers, ADR script directors, etc. still benefit from the Geo-block, as it obfuscates how they damage the IP, plus Sony being Sony. And this is in response to Pirate Nation, who says Crunchyroll is unbelievable in Japan due to licensing restrictions. This Geo-block means Japanese audiences never see the Western localized versions of anime, where subtitles are often rewritten, content is censored, and dubs are altered without anyone noticing the changes. Absolutely crazy. And then we got our last part of this topic. Once again from Ayaka Mods. This was posted on April 4th. Crunchyroll launched in this is basically a timeline of Crunchyroll's history. Crunchyroll launched in 2006 as a pirate anime streaming site. After a $4 million investment in 2009, they went legal and abandoned the fan subbers who built them. No credit, no compensation. This is a big, big problem because this was around the time when fan sub groups, being too worried about getting struck with cease and desist orders, ended up stopping making fan subs and all that for anime. Luckily, there are some fan sub groups out there still, so there are some people dedicated to it. But after Crunchyroll went legal and did this to fan subbers, it's seen a significant dip in quality. And honestly, fan subbers are probably your best bet into having proper translation. And Crunchyroll at one point might have had good subtitles, because they used to rely on translated subtitles automatically translated from the company that sent them the scripts. And then for whatever reason, Crunchyroll over time stopped putting in those scripts into subtitle format and just decided to do their own subtitles instead. Crunchyroll betrayed fan subbed. Fan subs gave you karaoke, OPED, lyrics, translator notes, colored dialogue per character, and honorifics, none of which Crunchyroll has ever consistently offered. Crunchyroll shut down its games division in 2024, quietly killing it with little notice to users who had invested time in it. Crunchyroll manga service was shut down in 2016, then relaunched recently, but folded into the subscription fee with a limited catalog. Sony bought Crunchyroll for $1.175 billion in 2021. Crunchyroll has raised subscription prices multiple times since the Sony acquisition while delivering less. Crunchyroll acquired Funimation in 2022 and shut it down in April 2024, eliminating the last major competitor. Crunchyroll actively fights anime piracy, which is hysterical because they used to be pirates. Disabled comment section on all anime under episodes and news posts in July 2024. Crunchyroll streams censored TV broadcast versions of anime, but piracy is an uncensored anime scene. Crunchyroll denied switching to OOO when asked by Anime News Network, refusing to confirm whether they'd used Aegis sub, despite multiple staff leaks confirming the change. Crunchyroll subtitles typesetting was gutted and downgraded. Crunchyroll used AI translation, a German subtitle. ChatGPT said, "Wenn ich die Welt von and weiter Genie whatever." I can't read the rest of that. I don't know what that's about. Crunchyroll raised subscription tiers by $2 in February 2026. Crunchyroll stayed silent, made no public disclosure, as data was breached on March 12th, 2026. Keep in mind, that is the second data breach as far as I'm familiar with. So yeah, guys, that is the latest in Crunchyroll's affairs. It's just an absolute disgusting mess of a show that Crunchyroll has put themselves under, because whether they are scrutinized or not, they see no fault in their own actions, and people are calling them out as they should. And if my take on this is, if you're going to watch anime, avoid streaming services like Crunchyroll. Just go and torrent anime. There are safe sites to torrent anime. You'll find people who are more passionate about giving you proper translations in piracy sites than you will through legal official means. Just don't broadcast where you're getting your torrents, by the way. Because other than that, that's how I would suggest getting your anime fix. And for those in my Discord server who are part of the community. The benefit of them being in my community, well, at least one benefit out of many, is that I have a large collection from piracy. And if they want to watch anime, we can have watch party nights in our server in private with no one to bother us. And that is how it should be until Japan fixes the problems that have been caused by CrunchyRoll and various other localizers. But until then, guys, this has been a messy topic. This has been a situation where people are always going to call out what's wrong, and we have to make these companies accountable for their actions. But I will leave it there, guys. Whew. Yes, localizers do need to lose their jobs. Sail the seven seas, exactly. Crunchyroll used to be so cool, now it just sucks. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. I think that's really about it for topics, you guys. I've been streaming for about a little over 3 hours, so we can just chill for a little bit, chat, and discuss more on those subjects that we discussed before we wrap up for the stream. But this has been a pretty good news stream. I'm surprised I held it all together for the most part. Obviously, I only have room to improve because I don't think I'm doing it a good enough job, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, now I can finally see the comments on my PC because I was using my phone. But yeah, guys, talk about a wild fucking night. And yeah, I hope you guys like my mascot and how she looks. I dolled her up for this in particular, but let me show you her full body real quick. Oh, it's cut off right there, but yeah, it goes all the way down to the feet. But yeah, awesome night, guys. Don't forget to like the stream, by the way, and subscribe if you haven't, and support through donations in the Ko-Fi link on the pinned message. Would really help me out if you guys would support the channel. We have yet to hit tier 3. Yes, she has legs. I just don't have them showing all the way. Crazy, I know. Alright, while we chat, I'm going to look in advanced on who we can raid. We're not raiding just yet, but it'll get to that point. Am I blind or something? Oh. Alright, I have an idea on who we are going to raid. But I'm curious if in the last few minutes that we have on the stream, if we can get some donos in. Will we see some donos? Can we get to tier 1 last minute? Let's see if we can do it, guys. I'm going to take a swig of water. So give me a moment. Also, recently I finally got a microwave for my room. And I'm going to place it right next to me. And I can't wait to not go in the kitchen just to microwave shit. That's the goal. That is the goal. I just need to stock up my drink fridge with some Hot Pockets, and I'm golden. I won't have to get up. I know. It's the lazy life. Shit. Honestly, guys, it feels like my the streams have been really slow in viewership. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. But I've certainly noticed it. Alright, let's see here. Alright, guys. So let me go ahead and wind down a little bit. Let's go ahead and see who has joined us so far today. We got Anthony Buck, we got 2K Gamer, King of the Monsters, Illy Sender, and the Motherland Project. Thank you all for stopping by the stream. Really appreciate you guys showing up. We've got... So for the rest of the week, this week, we got tomorrow, Thursday, we've got Persona 5 Royal again. At the normal game playthrough time of 5 p.m. Eastern. We've got Friday, we've got the Metal Gear Solid playthrough part 5. I believe we'll beat the game on Friday. I don't know for sure, but it seems to be going in the direction of we're close to beating it. So possibly beating it on Friday, which means we will start Lords of the Fallen next week, if that's the case. And then after the Metal Gear Solid stream on Friday, we'll have another stream with Lockdown Protocol, and I'll be playing with Jay Viper and the crew. Whether I'll stream at 9 p.m. or not is dependent on who's going to be available in the group to be there, because Jay won't be there directly at 9. Most likely like an hour and a half from when I start streaming, Jay will show up. But yeah, that is the plan for the week. And then keep in mind, we are not doing a new stream next week. We are going to do the normal game stream stuff, because I'm going to have most of my time on Wednesday dedicated to recording a video with Melee K from Melee Games. And it's going to involve Brown Dust 2, because she's interested in that game. So unfortunately, I can't stream it because of YouTube's AI constantly censoring and stuff. But rest assured, it will be made into a video. Sadly, I can't stream it anywhere else. There's just no way to stream this game safely. So what's going to happen is I'm going to be on the Melee Games Discord channel for this event. And anyone who's in the Discord server is welcome to be a part of it. We're going to react to various things about the game. Melee K is going to be there as my guest. And I'm going to record the whole thing. I will upload a censored version of the video on YouTube afterwards. But as for an uncensored version, we're going to have it tied to a paywall down the road, because I know some of you will want to see it uncensored, and unfortunately, there's no way to give out the uncensored version for free. So it's going to have to be tied to a paywall, and it'll automatically be distributed to you if you donate a certain amount. But we'll see. I haven't finalized that plan yet, so we're going to get to it when we come to it. But I will also post next week's schedule on Sunday in the Discord server, so keep an eye out on that. So, yeah, guys, that'll be it for the stream. Let's go ahead and get ready to raid Melee Games. Speaking of which, because they are streaming right now. So let me go ahead and send you guys a link. All right, guys. Link is in the chat for Melee Games stream. They are playing Double Dragon Neon, it looks like. So as soon as the stream ends, click the link, go to their stream, and type hashtag King Alucard Raid, and give them a shout out. Until tomorrow, guys, I will see you guys next time. Take care.